I was born in Evansville, Indiana. I am the oldest daughter of 8 children. There's 3 girls and 5 boys. My dad was in the Korean War, and after the war he worked at Chrysler, and then he worked at Whirlpool. While we were growing up, my mom worked various jobs. She sold insurance from door to door when I was very little, and as we grew older, she had a job at the license branch here in Evansville where she helped people get their license. She went back to school and went to U of E.
Lisa's mom graduated from the University of Evansville with a bachelor's degree in sociology. While attending U of E, she worked part-time as a secretary at the Human Relations Commission for the city of Evansville. She became an investigator, and after graduation, she was appointed executive director of that commission by Mayor Russell Lloyd Sr.
My mom taught us that whatever we do, do it well. My dad taught us to be kind to everyone. When I graduated from Rex Mundy High School, I was going to Purdue to be a dress designer. I was in the School of Home Economics, and one day one of the girls in my dorm came through with a cute little outfit on, and it was, I asked her, I said, well, what is that outfit? And what do you do? And she says, it's a nursing outfit. I'm going to be a nurse. So I'm like, well, I want to do that because that's a cute outfit. And voila, I ended up going to be a nurse. I went through Deaconess School of Nursing and became an RN. I've been a nurse for 42 years now. I work at Deaconess Women's Hospital, taking care of the mothers and the babies. Working in labor and delivery is very satisfying. Just the idea that there's so many lives that I've touched over the years, that some of them are adults now.
Her patients, when we see them out, if we're shopping, she remembers and she'll go up and talk to them and hold the baby and ask about the family, and she really cares about what's going on.
My mom, she will always make sure somebody else is taken care of before herself.
I became a nurse because when I was younger, I would see how my mom would interact with her patients, and it made me really proud, and it made me have such a good feeling, and I knew I wanted to do that one day. Now I am an RN. I work on the medical surgical floor, and I just want to make my mom proud.
2.5 months ago, I started having chest pain, and the 3rd day of my pain, I had a heart attack. I had all of the warning signs, but I chose to ignore those because, first of all, I didn't have any of the risk factors, and second of all, so I didn't have time for this. I had too many things to do in my life, too many people that I was trying to take care of, and I had a planned surgery for my shoulder that I was wanting to have done in December. Also at this time, I was trying to care for my mom, who was suffering from Alzheimer's and was in a nursing home. My best friend was recovering from a major surgery and was in rehab. The day before my heart attack, I noticed as I walked in to work in the first thing in the morning, I noticed I was having a little bit of chest discomfort, and it would come and go, and at various times during the day I would mention something to coworkers, and then they would come over and take my blood pressure, check my pulse, and try to see if there was anything they could tell by just my vital signs. But it would kind of go away, and so off and on I had it all day. When I left work, I was planning to go see my friend in the rehab hospital that she was in and check on her. And as I walked into the hospital, I noticed I was having some pain in my left arm, but I just attributed that to my purse on my wrist, and I ignored that. I started having more chest pain, and I thought maybe I need to go home. So I decided that that pain was probably from some medication I was taking, so I chose to ignore that too. During the night, I started having chest pain. It started increasing, and then I started getting worried. So when my husband came home from work about 3 a.m., I got up and decided I'd better look for the symptoms online, even though I knew them, and I had all the symptoms of a heart attack. So I waited even another hour, And then finally I told him to please take me to the hospital. They put me on the EKG monitor and told me that I was having a heart attack. From there, they sent me to the cath lab and did a cardiac catheterization and told me that I was going to have to see a cardiac surgeon. So I thought, well, what day, I guess I can call and make an appointment. And he told me, no, you're going to have to see a surgeon before you leave this hospital. And I was thinking, I don't have time for this. I've got things to do. I have people I need to deal with. And I told him I didn't have time for that. And he said, well, you might as well accept it now and just let it go. And I looked at the doctor and I decided to just let it go, and I did. 3 hours later, I had open heart surgery.
I dropped my daughter off at school and I had come home and I looked at my phone. It said, come to the hospital now. I'm having a heart attack. I had to look at it again. It was from my mom. It was unexpected, very unexpected. My mom has never had any heart problems, and our family has not had any heart problems. This just came from nowhere. It was very sudden and scary.
I've never seen anybody on a breathing tube before, but when I saw my mom like that, I had a full rush of emotions, and it was just something that I didn't want to see again, you know. So it's really an eye-opener seeing your mom in that kind of state, because that's my mom's like my rock and stuff. So yeah, I need her here. So yeah.
6 days after my mother got out of the hospital, she went to see Elton John. I was a little nervous. I was like, oh, she's not going to slow down. But she had a good time. She was texting while she was at the concert. This is wonderful. Yeah, so she was having a ball. My mom is a survivor. She has things that she wants to do, and she's going to do them. She wants to travel. There's many more things she wants to do. In the United States, cardiovascular disease kills one woman every 80 seconds. Denial is not an option.
I am a nurse, and I chose to ignore the symptoms only because I didn't have any risk factors for a heart attack, but I was having all the classic symptoms and signs, and I chose to ignore it. I had a heart attack anyway.
We must take charge of our own health. We must listen to our bodies. We challenge you to take action, reduce your risk. Lisa is with us today thanks to research funded by the American Heart Association that led to her successful treatment and recovery from cardiovascular disease.